It's Judgment Day. The Shaolin Temple is one of the country's most important examination centers for aspiring monks. Apprentices are arriving from all over China, hoping that this will be the year they qualify.
在这几天，包括睡觉呀，生活当中呢，脑子这个一直在思考这个事情。
First, Yandian's Kung Fu assessment. The abbot, who's head of the temple, will be judging him along with 3 senior monks. Yansen can only watch from the sidelines. 11 years of grueling training have come to this moment. His examiners have the very highest standards. Movement must be matched by stillness. So far, so good. But next, the technique Yandian fears the most. Monkey going up the tree. Flawless.
不用怕难，不用怕苦，只要坚持，我相信都会有很好的结果。
Yandian's excelled at his kung fu.
He passed.
But his success will count for nothing if he now fails the scripture test. The selection panel asks each trainee to recite from the Book of Mantras. The monks are trained to show no emotion.
行吧，用点心，希望你下一次能够通过。
Even in the face of failure. It's finally Yandian's turn. If he succeeds, he will become a full monk.
观自在菩萨行深，般若波罗蜜多时，照见五蕴皆空，度一切苦厄。舍利子，色为空，空不异色，色即是空。
Fail, and it's another 3-year wait to try again.
无色无受香，香味诸法无眼界，乃至无意识界，无名亦无明尽，乃至无意识界无名。
行，你这过了。
He's made the grade.
叫下一位过来。
Yandian will now become a full Shaolin warrior monk.
我看你这么紧张，刚刚我看你太紧张。是的，
He will spend the rest of his life training, studying, and meditating on his road to enlightenment.
也是非常的这个有福报啊，有机缘，开始的节点吧，人生道路一个新的起点。
Sick, bro.
Madison, I'm like really good at surviving. I'm literally alive.
You know why she's still alive? Because zombies eat brains and she ain't got it.
The Godon test. It is the 5th degree black belt test for the Bujinkan. And it's typically done in front of Hatsumi Sensei. He used to do it in the old days, but now he's training the 15th Dan to give the test so that he can start to pass this on. He's mentoring people in it. And you go up in front of the room, in front of all of your peers, and you kneel down. And then a guy with a sword gets behind you and pulls the sword up over his head and is supposed to have no intention at that moment. So you're not feeling anything from them. And then they try and cut down and hit you in the head. And you have to sense this and roll out of the way before it happens. So it's an innate sense inside of us as human beings that is already there. It's a sense of danger, and you should be able to perceive this. But when you're put up in a scenario where you're in front of a room with hundreds of people doing this thing, you get nervous and fear comes into your body. So you've got to learn to relax and let go of that. And that is very hard to do, but that's where you're starting to learn self-mastery. And this is the good part. So that's why this test is so valuable in so many different ways. But if you relax and don't think and just feel with all of your senses, not just your hearing or your eyes or your vibrational feeling of tactile touch, but that other sense, that sixth sense. When you know something isn't right, or you feel somebody in the room isn't quite doing a right intention thing. You've all had those little things where you get goosebumps or the hair on the back of your neck stands up. That's what it is. That's your internal sixth sense telling you something's not right here, time to get out of Dodge. And so that's, in a nutshell, what the Fifth Dawn test is, and that's how you might start to think about it. And you should practice it at your dojo, with your friends. It's an interesting thing to try and start to think of it as a muscle that you're working out at the gym. The only way to get it stronger and build that ability up is to try it, to test it, and to work with it.
That's some shit. We'll wake up in like 5 minutes here. Let's go outside real quick, get some fresh air. Right. Sound good? No?
I know, that song's dope.
However, the most profound wisdom and the most mysterious power of Kung Fu is called Qigong. Through breathing and a series of systematic movements, Qigong produces a type of energy called Qi. The Chinese believe that Qi, or energy, normally resides in a place they call Dantian in the lower abdomen. Once you can freely direct this energy to a particular part of the body, you can produce enormous power. Direct the Qi to your arm as you throw a needle, and it can pierce a piece of glass. Used correctly, Qi can make any part of the body as hard as steel. The crown of the head can break iron plates, bricks, sticks, and stones. Hands can smash bricks and break sticks. Feet can splinter rocks and a staff. Even the most delicate parts of the body can become immune to scimitar or spear attack. The stomach can resist a trident stab or can break sticks. The throat can resist attack by spear.
不是说这些什么兵器都不能杀，这些枪斥后啊，他们都是恩气工艺的，都属于恩气，就是把这个气布局这个外层，内敛一口气，外敛那个筋五脾，这个脾，他这个把这个气充聚以后，你的外界东西。
In the past, the mysterious Qigong was regarded as mystical or even as magic by some.
These guys are like super.
But studies have found that the Qi movements within the body can be tracked by a heat detector. Of course, the only way to maximize the Qi energy is by repeating the exercises day after day.
Where's the joint?
The human fists are fragile. Although often used in attacks, fists are prone to damage. If you wish to be more powerful, you must strengthen them. Place a piece of paper on a wall. Punch it for 2 hours without stopping. Replace the paper when it's broken. The wall may deteriorate, but eventually the hand becomes immune.